February 20th, 2019. February 20th, 2019. And I was in the shower and I was having one of my ponderings. And I was thinking about my social media business and when to post because I got this new tool that'll allow me to put more content out easier. So I was thinking 3, 6, 9 in the morning. So 3 a.m., 6 a.m., 9 a.m. And then I went to 3 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. And that would be those three twice a day, right? So then I continued to ponder a little bit more, and then my mind went to, it was like a discussion with like some higher energy understanding of time. So what I saw was when explaining to someone that you believe in ancestral energy or energy of the past, I told them, I said, well, all people have this ability. It's in their blood. Your blood links you to all of your ancestors through your genes to the beginning of time. And I said, everybody has the ability to do this. And this person asked, well, then why can't just anybody just do it? And I said, well, it's something that's done naturally, but you can't force it to happen or not happen because it's akin to breathing or the heart pumping. It works of its own accord, but you can become more sensitive or more subtle to it. And therefore, understanding it and feeling it, how it actually works a little bit more. And so then I told them, I said, perfect example. There are people, and people in life, they move from the present to the future, from one point to another point. And in those points, there are comparisons and contrasts. And that's how we come up with the idea of movement or moving from one place to another, at least one idea or one thought, how we can see progression through the compare and contrast. Well, as you continue to move forward into the future, the unknown future, you create more of these points of these moving forward points, or these linear points, right? And they're all sort of connected to their previous point, right? Well, that's how some people create the present and the future going forward. But then there are those other people who, instead of working forward, they decide to move backward and work backward. And what they do is they actually don't continue to move forward into the unknown future. They work backward into the unknown that has already been created, which is the past. And these people are very adept at walking and maneuvering this past, or this time which does not exist anymore. And just like there are lines of interest or lines of points, linear points going forward, there are also linear points going backwards. We create these linear points, and so did our ancestors. And therefore we are able to, through as I said in the beginning, monitoring or acknowledging this other part of you that is a bit more subtle, how you can, in a sense, track or follow those linear points back to places of whatever. There have been people who have gotten premonitions, information. This is how people are purported to have spoken with the dead and things that don't exist. It's by this being able to descend backwards, going into that which we just left or came from, which is the past, because it did exist, it did happen. And that is essentially what I saw in my meditation. I have these at various times, but they seem to be a little bit more heightened right around springtime. I remember last year getting I was writing or talking about light energy or light communication, or how the sun actually talks, and I had a visualization like this as well. And I don't remember where I put the documentation or the text that I wrote it from, and I'll look for it. But there are these times that some of this information comes through, and it just seems very crystal. And it also goes in conjunction with I picked up some dragon lore books, a book on dragon lore, but more so energy dragons and how they interact when different dimensions, which we know to be as vibrations, or at least we think that's what they are, right? So it's very interesting what's kind of flowing through right now, especially at this time of the year where all this energy I pick up on is just really rich. I've also talked to a couple of people, like 3 people that are going through some anxiety right now, and they're all 3 of them are Leos. And I also know of another Leo who is going through some anxiety as well, and has been, and even myself, which is unusual because for the last, up until 2 years ago, I didn't really have anxiety, and then all of a sudden it kind of started, and it was roughly right around the time I started doing a lot of this deep work, more so with the Babylonian energy. So just kind of wanted to just add that. So this is Ray. This is my spiritual journal. I just wanted to jot that down and follow up on this, get some input. So thanks a lot. Bye.